there isn't too many technologies or learnings or anything which is ran over a period of time and still been so beautiful. Now, I know the classic code NLP, which all of you really researched, studied, and put through, is how you look and this and and all the presuppositions are so valid even today. Did you know at that time you were creating something which will stand the test of times, and even after all these years, how proud are you, or what's that feeling, or what's that?
Well, I have to say, yes and no. I mean, nobody can predict the future, so I couldn't say, what kind of effect in the long term. But I do remember when John Grinder, he was my boyfriend at the time, and he gave me,
I
he,
want to say something over here. I want to say something over here. To everybody listening, this is candid information. Okay, listen,
okay,
listen.
candid,
Candid information.
candid.
Listen. So Judy and I were in Moscow, and this is the very first time I'm interviewing her or taking this on record. And I was shit scared. I was shitting bricks because this is Judith Deloiser, somebody whom I've always looked up to. And so in between, I paused the recording and I asked her, "Can I ask you a question on John Grinder?" I'm asking her, okay, because and she's like, "Oh, come on, you can ask me anything. He's been my boyfriend."
And my husband.
Yeah.
So, we were dating, and the structure of magic, which was the language
Manual
pattern
at that time.
of the
Yeah.
meta model,
Yeah.
was a manuscript. It wasn't
Published
published
at
yet,
that time. Yeah.
but it was getting ready to be. And he gave me the manuscript, and he said, just, read it and tell me what you think. And so I read it. It wasn't easy for me to read because I was coming from social sciences, and this was
It
kind
is
of
not easy to read even today.
like, huh?
It is not easy to read even today.
It's not, no, I mean, but I read it and I went, wow, this relationship between this surface structure called language and the experience that I experience as a human being, and what's deleted and distorted and generalized and nominalized, in that space.
Yeah.
This will give me a way to evolve. That people will be able to evolve themselves. Yes, it may solve some problems, but it's also a way for me to discover kind of a
More.
hat
Yeah.
rack where I can hang my experience in a way that it is more integrated into my world, and it's not just hanging out. It's now
Mm.
I've released that energy in a way. I've taken that energy and brought it more to life.
Mm.
So I always recognized that NLP was a way for people to evolve themselves, and that it was focused on form and process and not
Yeah.
on content. The content is our jobs as an individual because it's our life. It's what makes the richness and the texture and the beauty of our lives. But as a counselor, as coach, as a sponsor, as a mentor, as an awakener, whatever, though, in those spaces, that has to do with evolving.
Mm.
So.
Mm.